Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. Okay, we're on, Freddie and I are on lunch right now. This is, that's my truck, Freddie, the big red road beast. And here's Brutus. I gotta do some work on him this weekend, but I don't have to tow anything till, or not tow anything, but do anything until later when my buddy gets home. Another friend, he's got some work for me tonight. I was hoping to get it all done early, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So instead, I'm going to work on this for a little bit, and then when he's home, I'll go back to work. So yeah, I guess this video is basically, you know, what I got here. So I already showcased the truck. It's a 2004 Dodge Hemi 5.7 liter Dodge Ram Magnum, and aka the big snow beast, because this is going to be my winter beater, and I call him Brutus. But what this truck is going to be good, this truck could make a good plow truck later on if I get another truck later on, which I obviously, this is my stopgap truck, meaning the problem with buying stopgap vehicles, whether it's cars, truck, or whatever, it's always something that's you know, like this thing, it's still got lots of life left in it, whatever, but it needs stuff, like, you know, like the rear brakes and the emergency brake. I got to fix all that, or replace, not really fix, just replace it. Does have a leaky power steering hose, and the biggest problem is, well, I'll show you the biggest problem so far is the door. These are heavy doors, so this here you can see is all kind of messed up, right? The door doesn't close properly, hence the bungee cord. So I'm going to fix this up, see if I can get this to latch again. If not, it's about 40 bucks over there at the wreckers to pull one of these out of one of the donor trucks that are sitting there. But it's not that bad, really. I mean, it's rusty. I mean, again, if I get a year out of it, no problem. If I get 2 or 3 years out of it for the money I paid for it, absolutely awesome. Interior wise, everything seems to be functioning in here. It's a very huge interior. It's the leather, as you can see. You know, typical. I mean, this is a work truck. It's been heavily worked. Yeah, I can get that reupholstered if I want. Now, this truck could end up as a yard plowing truck. I do like the wheel on it. It's smaller than the Ford one. The Ford one has a really big wheel, but which is a lot. This is more sporty, I guess. But it also, I noticed that the steering's a lot heavier on this truck too, maybe just because it's a heavier truck. And obviously, again, you can seat 6, this flips up, all that stuff. So you get lots of room in here, lots and lots of room. Got the brake controller on there. Paul put that on there because he pulled a lot of trailers with this. Just got to kind of go over everything, clean it up. What's unique about this truck, anybody that knows Dodges, can you notice something weird about this truck? Yeah, it's not all cracked to hell. Particularly like the 2002, 2003. It's the same generation as this, but the dry rot and the cracking of those dashes on these Dodges is notorious. You got all kinds of stuff up there. Again, I'll do a better one. Once I get it all cleaned up and stuff, I'll do a better kind of, you know, showcase of the truck. Right now I got the battery disconnected just because when the door doesn't close properly, the dome light stays on. So once I get the door fixed, then that'll take care of that problem too. You got all kinds of big ass storage on this. Technically you could say you have an 8-foot bed. A little lock here, I guess, whatever, I don't know what that is, but anyway, yeah, so you got that. And of course, you know, you can take the whole bench seat up. The whole way along is basically like a toolbox, you know, so kind of cool. Some people like that, some people don't. Again, the truck hasn't been cleaned or nothing since I got it, as you can tell. Got a cool sticker. Backing it up, even with the extra cab here, it doesn't really have too much of a problem. Here's under the doors here, just you can see. So you can see like the quarter panels they're still there, or rockers are still there, but they're still there. We're not going to get too technical on those. These Dodges are notorious for door problems, so close them as easily as you can. Bumper's not bad, a little bit of rust. Again, it's been, you know, it's a work truck, right? Tailgate. heaviest sin, and very, very, got the liner in there, which is nice. Again, this truck has probably moved, not just, I mean, mainly with the trailer, probably about 1 million pounds of metal over the past couple of years. This basically, he bought this truck in 2006 with like 38,000 kilometers on it. It's got about 240 on it now. And in that time, almost twice, 3 to 4 times a week, loads and loads of, 4 or 5 tons at a time, just moving probably literally about 1 million pounds of metal. Winter tires on it. These are really nice winter tires too. You got them for a good deal. They're not weather cracked or anything like that. Down below you can see it's pretty rusty. Again, for a winter beater, it's pretty rusty. The crossers ain't that bad in the box. You can see that's all there. They're starting to go, of course. But again, here's one great thing about these Dodges is, now, for you Dodge guys out there that are purists, this is my first Dodge, so you're gonna rag on me on it. But these Dodges, any part you want, you can get. And not only that, you can get a lot of donor trucks in the scrap yards. Probably for every one Ford truck F-150 that you'll find in a scrap yard that you can get parts off of, you'll probably find 5 of these, because they break down more. The biggest problem with the Dodge is, well, it's a Dodge, right? Dodges are notorious for having quirks and quirks. That said, these are great trucks. A lot of power, 5.7 liter Hemi Magnum engine. Well, it's the Hemi. This is the Magnum model, SLT model. So I believe it's an SLT, but so you get the idea of what you're looking at. Power seats. All the power seats work on this truck. Well, at least on the driver's side anyway. I got to go through it a little bit more. You can see stuff like that's kind of getting loose and whatever. Not a big deal. But like, again, you can buy, I was just looking for parts. I got rust up here for some reason. I don't know why there. This is the worst door, the driver's side door. It's also the most used door too. Just to show you what I got. It is a bit of a climb. That's nice. That's a nice feature. I'll just do that for now. So you got your typical vanity mirrors. Vanity mirror. Unlike the Ford, you don't have a tray thing up there, which, whatever. You got a big ass mirror here. Paul's taller than me, so I gotta set that up. But the view when you turn around, like, I'll put the camera right on my forehead just so you can see. When I'm doing you can see, you can back that up no problem. You know what I mean? You could still see, well, I got the tailgate down there, but you could still see, you can back this up as easy. I mean, you can see how good the mirrors are. I mean, these mirrors are pretty, I don't know if these are tow mirrors. They look like they will go up. If they do, that'd be awesome. I'll have to play around with my mirror console stuff. But then again, there's a lot of parts. Again, stuff needs to be fixed. But like I say, donor trucks, no problem. You got all these cup stuff here. Get access to something there, I guess. You got, oh, let me show you the, again, nice leather seats here, but I'm going to do it for time. You get all that. So that's, you know, like that's pretty cool. And then, of course, this flips up, and you got a 3-bench. This is weird, but this is your 2-wheel, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low. Now, I'm new to these Dodges, so what my buddy told me was that you put the vehicle in 4x4 while it's in park, and then you can't change from 2-wheel to 4-wheel while you're driving. He says you'll destroy your transmission doing that. That truck over there can do that. That little Mazda V6, while you're driving, you can flick from 2 to 4. You don't have to put it in park. So meaning while you're driving, you can do that. I don't know, maybe it's just a defect with this truck. Again, this has got about 200 and some odd thousand on it, or whatever it has. I do like the gauge cluster because it's easy to see. It's nice and bright because it's, you know, like it's a white face, right? So that's nice. Glove compartment, show you that. Typical, not enough room in the glove compartment, but you got all this here. So back there, same thing. Cup holders, seat, bench seat. The bench seat comes down, of course. Dome light. This truck needs to be cleaned for sure. Got a CD player in there. I didn't check the radio and stuff. I don't even care if the radio works. I don't listen to the radios while I'm driving. The wheels, not too bad. I wish, though, North American cars don't put a horn button here. My little CRV has a horn button here. So much more intuitive and quicker to reach. But you got your cruise control stuff here, I guess. Can't really... I'm assuming that's what that is. Again, a feature I never usually use. Speakers everywhere. Speaker in that door, speaker in that door, that door, that door. I'm sure there's speakers probably in the butt or something. Who knows where there's speakers everywhere. You know, there's like, yeah, it's like a magnetic feeling here of speakers. Again, the dash in good shape. Climate control stuff here. Heated seats. Oh yeah, look at that, eh? High, low, whatever. I don't know what these two buttons are. If these are just two fake buttons, you know, I guess that was extra features or whatever. Got that doodatter there for your cigarette lighter or cell phone charger now, I guess. What do you got here? Brake lever release. I'm not too sure what this is. This is probably for your pedals, I would imagine. Which, yeah, you get that all set up. When you set up a vehicle to drive for yourself, it can be quite luxurious when everything's set up. One thing I noticed difference between this and my Ford is this is a lot more like this, where my Ford's a lot more like this. This is really long here. But the view is pretty good. I mean, if there's a little shit box in front of me, if he's really close, I might not be able to see him that well. But for the most part, you can see. But you are pretty high up.